Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Good.
We're great.
Great, great. Talking to you here from Toronto,
Woo!
Oh yeah,
where
we
we
love
get,
Toronto.
yeah, great. Well, we get the show on Crave TV, so we all
Oh,
get to see it, which is fantastic. And because, we pick up all the Hulu stuff, which
and
is
we
great that we get
premiered
it. So,
in Toronto.
Our first season premiere was at the Toronto Film Festival.
Yeah.
yes, it was. I remember that very well. And I want to start in by asking you guys, it's been such a success, and you guys have been so fantastic on the show, but how has it been for you to see these amazing characters evolve since season one?
Well, I'm glad you used the word evolve because the cool thing about doing this show is that it's not like an old school network comedy where it just kind of resets every week. That we get to take this journey with these characters from episode to episode and then from season to season, which as actors that's what you want to do. It feels like making a long Jason Reitman movie in some respects,
Yeah.
and we never get bored. It's just
No.
new cool stuff all the time.
The characters are so rich, and the relationships between them are so rich that it's so fun. I don't love to watch things that I do, but I'm very invested in this family. I'm very invested in these characters, and I really do like to see their journey. I like to see how, especially these two, come together and blow apart and come together again, and all the cringiness that goes along with them stumbling through dating.
Yes.
I don't know. If I wasn't on this show, this is exactly the kind of show I'd want to watch, which feels odd to say, but a little more tense to watch when you are, but so my jam because it's funny and it's serious and it's heartbreaking and it's silly, especially the third season is pretty silly, and so just like life, and I like when I can invest in characters.
Well, absolutely. Yes, it's definitely got all the feels. There's no question about it. But I want to know what the secret. Why is it you two work so well together? What's your secret?
We're the same person.
We occupy the same comedic wavelength for whatever reason. We
Yeah.
met on the screen test for this show, and we're
Yeah.
doing bits within seconds, and we haven't stopped since. Cameras rolling or not, we're always doing some kind of shtick together. And I don't know. I not to sound corny. I feel like she's been my sister from another life or something. I mean, it's we have that kind of unique sibling intimacy that we kind of locked into really quickly.
Ditto.
That's great. Do you guys hang out? Do you hang out off screen as well?
We do quite a
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
And we even wrote an episode together this season.
Yes, and well, a couple of things I want to ask you about because there was season in this season, episode 2, what had that like kind of Richard Linklater
Yes.
quite feeling to
This
it.
is smart
How
entertainment.
challenging was it? Because all you did was like you were walking and talking, and wow, what an amazing episode that was.
God, I love making that episode.
No, it was so enjoyable, and I felt like it set the hook so much more for who these people are to each other, and so when I felt like you could almost retroactively understand the first two seasons even better because you're like, oh, they're very, very, very connected, and that was an amazing episode to read at the table read. I remember I got really emotional when we were getting rid of the ashes and everything at the table read.
It's an emotional episode.
And it caught me off guard. I didn't expect that. But it earned it because these two were plomping around Burbank, California together for all night. And one of my favorite movies is, Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. Actually, I love Before Sunset so much. And I just love that they decided to take a chance because, two people for the duration of an episode might get a little wearisome, but I didn't care.
I know.
Did.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It was like game on.
Sure.
If we don't show up with our A game, this could get
absolutely.
boring.
Absolutely.
And so
now I have to ask you because the latest episode, I got to get this in before we have to wrap, unfortunately. But tonight's episode, the latest episode, you guys wrote together. Tell me about that process. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
It was it was an extension of what we do every day. Michaela was nice enough to host most of the process and make me food throughout.
I had to because when he would get bored of me, I would distract him with food, and then he'd be interested in what we were doing.
And it works amazingly well. I mean, the bar had been set high. We have a murderer's row of writers on this show, so we really felt the pressure to make it great, and luckily we're given the time to do so. We spent a couple weeks in the writers' room, pitching jokes on other episodes and getting a sense of their process, and then we went off for about 3 weeks and wrote it.
And we've written before, not together, but separately on our own things, but that we've created, but we've never written characters that we knew this well or that were established or anything like that. And so I've never been staffed on a show where you're writing a season of people that you know. So this was the first time, and because Bonnie, like if you've seen the show, then you know that dialogue is really sparse. It's not nobody.
Yes.
There's not a lot of fat on the bone.
And people don't say what they mean.
Yeah.
A lot of it is subsurface, which is interesting.
I think it made me a better writer because
sure.
I definitely, I felt like we were constantly checking each other and saying, is this too on the nose? Is this too on the nose? And that's...
Well, we can't wait.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see what comes next. I'm so sorry I have to wrap it up with you guys, but congratulations on the success of the show. And, come back to Toronto. We want to see you more. So maybe you can come back in the fall and come visit us at TIP again.
Anytime. We would love it. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you so much.